ongoing crisis over the underreporting of coronavirus deaths at nursing homes. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo also dealing with allegations of bullying. Recent comments may not have helped.
Most people would not say that one of my errors is lack of aggressiveness. But in truth, I was not aggressive enough. We have to put the politics aside and move forward.
Lawmakers are back in Albany, and they want to strip Governor Cuomo of his pandemic powers. Political analyst Morgan Pehme joins us this morning to discuss what impact this is going to have on the governor's political future. Good morning, Morgan. Always nice to see you.
Good morning, Betty.
Boy, this is a tangled web. First up, State Assemblyman Ron Kim, who was on this show last week, really touched off a firestorm when he came forward with claims of a threatening phone call. Well, now others, they are coming forward with similar claims. Are any Democrats coming to his support?
I mean, certainly folks in the Cuomo administration, his immediate allies are, but the fact is, this was not even an open secret in Albany. Anybody who has covered Albany as a journalist, elected officials, anybody who's really dealt with the governor and his top brass know that this is how the Cuomo administration operates. And so it's a very difficult position for them to defend.
So what's next then, right? What's next for lawmakers? We heard from Assemblyman Kim that they want to strip the governor of his pandemic powers. There's this idea of forming an impeachment commission. How long would all of this take?
Well, I mean, I think it's very unlikely that the governor is impeached, but it certainly is putting a lot of pressure on the governor, and it may heighten people's interest in challenging him if he runs for a fourth term. And so, you know, the governor is certainly in damage control mode. This may embolden the legislature to play hardball with the governor, where the governor is really had the Senate and the Assembly largely under his thumb, and this will hopefully change the dynamics in Albany.
Well, can the governor truly salvage his political future after all of this? Because it seems like it's only continuing to spiral. There is an FBI investigation.
Well, you know, we know how short the memory is of both the public and how short the news cycle is. And we've seen 4 years of the President of the United States escape scandal after scandal after scandal with relative impunity. So in relationship to that, you know, it's hard to see how things are going to stick to politicians in the post-Trump era.
It's very interesting because it's not just Republicans this time going after Cuomo. It's those on both sides of the aisle. A lot of Democrats speaking up right now. You referenced it being going on for quite some time. Just wondering what took so long for somebody to speak out against it. I want to move right now, Morgan, to another politician, Texas Senator Ted Cruz, who fled to Mexico in the midst of the crisis in his state. Spent the weekend really on an apology tour of sorts. Here's some of it.
I needed to be here, and that's why I came back. And then as it became a bigger and bigger firestorm, it became all the more compelling that I needed to come back, because our priority should be fixing this problem and making sure it doesn't happen again. And I didn't want all the screaming and yelling about this trip to distract even one moment from the real issues that I think Texans care about, which is keeping all of our families safe.
And there are calls now for Senator Cruz to resign. You referenced the short news cycle and people's attention spans. Will this apology tour really help him when he's up for re-election in 2024, or is it going to be water under the bridge by then?
Well, as you know, Dan, 2024 is a long ways away. But certainly the fact that Senator Cruz had to leap into this apology tour shows just how damaging it was to him at a time when Texans are hurting so badly because of the storm. You know, Ted Cruz also has his eyes set on the White House, and a lot of times one of the most potent arguments is your competency in being able to manage crises. So Ted Cruz isn't just trying to protect his popularity in Texas, he's also trying to look for his next job.
Yeah, and I think it's also damaging that he flipped the script. I mean, first off, he said, I was just dropping my kids off.
He blamed his daughters.
Yeah, exactly. but then, you know, the airline manifest said that he was going to stay there for quite some time, and then he decided to come back. So there's a lot more within that. We'll see how that shakes up. And then we got the president, Morgan, this week, who we're going to see for the first time. Any idea what he may say?
Well, this is going to be a very important speech for the former president to define what his dialogue is going to sound like. He's supposed to say what the future of the Republican Party looks like from his perspective. This is an opportunity for him to turn the page, cast himself in a new light. But I think we know after 4 years of Donald Trump that Donald Trump is going to be Donald Trump. And so him striking a different tone seems highly unlikely. It's just going to be a matter of how pugnacious he is in his delivery and whether he's going to kind of go straight at the people that he sees as his enemies, or whether he's going to focus on a more forward-thinking agenda.
Understood. Morgan Pehme, thank you, as always, for lending your voice this morning. Appreciate it.
Good to see you, Morgan.